Most people are using LinkedIn completely wrong. They scroll, they like posts, they maybe update their profile once, and then they wonder why they're not getting opportunities on LinkedIn. And then, like normal people, they will still go ahead and say LinkedIn does not have what? Opportunities. But here's the truth, guys. People are making green money on LinkedIn every single day. Some are landing remote jobs, some are getting clients, while some are building income streams without even leaving their house, remotely, from their home, from their house. Let that sink in. So in this video, actually, I'm going to break down the three real ways people are making money on LinkedIn right now, and how you can start actually, even if you have little or no experience. If you're new here, my name is Jan Batila, and I help people, especially people who want to get into remote work, professionals, anyone who would want to work remotely, to just unlock the remote opportunities and income streams. Why LinkedIn? Because LinkedIn is the platform that I've been able to use for my several jobs that I've been able to get. I normally tell people that 70% of my jobs that I've gotten remotely, 90% actually, are from LinkedIn. Most of my clients, the highest converting platform that we normally get is from LinkedIn. So I have seen firsthand how powerful this platform can be when you use it strategically, not just socially. For those of you who are using LinkedIn socially, I hope this video changes everything so that you can start using it strategically. So by the end of this video, you will know the three main ways people are earning on LinkedIn, what each path actually looks like, and which one is the best for you depending on where you are right now and what you're doing in your career that you have right now. And so at this moment, I just want to welcome you to this video, to my YouTube channel. If you are joining us for the first time, you're welcome. Here we talk about remote work and online monetization. If you are someone who is coming back, welcome back. Thank you so much for actually supporting me. And if you haven't subscribed, I would love you to just subscribe, like, share, and I also want to hear your opinion in the comment section. So feel free to comment and tell me what you think about whatever I am saying. And maybe you can also suggest the topic that you would want me to handle. So what is the first way? The first way to actually get your LinkedIn monetized is landing remote job through LinkedIn. This is the number one, getting a remote job. I mean, you all know that getting a remote job is something that you can actually consider to do when you want to get into remote work. This is the most common way people are making money on LinkedIn, but most people are approaching it the wrong way. They apply for 100 jobs and hear nothing back. So here is what actually works when it comes to LinkedIn as a platform. LinkedIn is not just a job board. It is a search engine for talent. Recruiters are actively searching for people using keywords. So instead of chasing jobs, you really need to position yourself so that you can be found. All right. So what is the first thing that you need to do? Is first you need to optimize your headline. Don't just put your job title there. Please communicate. What is it that you offer in the marketplace? What is it that people that are going to work with you are going to get? The problem that you're trying to solve for those people. Have that on your headline. And also, the headline should indicate who you're working with and how people are supposed to reach out to you. At the description box of this video, I am going to leave a whole checklist to help you to be able to optimize your LinkedIn so that it can be at par with that which you need to get into remote work. And the number two is that you need to use keywords. So words like virtual assistant, if you're a virtual assistant, put in more of the keywords that are in your career. If you are a customer support, can you look for the keywords that are in customer support so that you can put them in your uh, so that you can put it in the keyword section. If you're a social media manager, what are the terms that they look for when they're looking for social media managers? Also put that uh, in the keyword section of your LinkedIn. And then build a strong about section that shows value. Most of the people, when they do an about section, they normally do it from a point of they just want to say who they are, the skills, what they offer, their degrees, and everything around that. But the world has changed. The way I structure the about section that has worked for most of my clients, and I know it's going to work for you, is that the about section should communicate the problem you're trying to solve, how that problem is affecting different people that you're going to work with, the skills that you're using to solve that problem, and lastly, the impact and the value that they're going to get when they work with you, when they have that problem. So you really need to structure your about section to be in that way. Make sure that you integrate the skills and the keywords so that it can make it easy for someone to search you and they get you easily when it comes to LinkedIn. And so that checklist is going to give you that detail. I know I've mentioned it's a little bit scratched, but when you go on the about on the description box of this YouTube video, you're going to get a free resource that is going to help you just to be able to understand this and be able to optimize your LinkedIn at a deeper level. And then turn on the open to work strategically. Please, when you're open to work, don't say you're open to work to everyone. You can say you're open to work to recruiters only. You don't need everyone to be seeing you're open to work, especially for those of you who have the open to work thing on your profile. Remove that thing. So be strategic around it. And then most of the jobs that are being advertised on LinkedIn, they are no longer on the job board. They are in people's DMs, they are on people's comments, they are on people's posts. So you really also need to be very strategic with the DMs, very strategic with the posts, very strategic with the comments, and when you're looking for this job. Someone with zero experience can actually position themselves and highlight the transferable skills that they have and start getting inbound messages within weeks. So strategically position yourself, optimize your profile well, and then highlight the transferable skills. Even when you're moving from a traditional job into a remote job, use the transferable skills that you have been using in your traditional job. Traditional job is the ones that you wake up early in the morning and go to work. For those of you who don't understand, use transferable skills that you can be able to highlight so that you can get into the remote role that you're getting into. So if you're looking for stability, that should be your actually entry point. If you're looking for stability, remote work should be your entry point. Don't use the job boards, use the filters to actually be able just to filter and see how best you're going to get that role into remote work. And I'm going to make another video about how you can search for jobs on LinkedIn apart from the job boards. I know when I put it on this video, it's going to be very long, and I don't want to have a long video on this one. What is the second way that people are making money on LinkedIn? Is getting clients. That is the service-based income. So you can come in as a consultant or you can come in as a freelancer when you are considering this second way. So this is the number two, getting clients. This is where things really get interesting, because instead of earning a salary, you're now charging for your skills and uh, you're now charging for your skills and you're now charging for your services. So businesses are completely looking for people who are helping them with things like social media management, content writing, lead generation, administration support, and guess where they are? They're LinkedIn. LinkedIn has over 1 billion people who are using that platform as of now. And all these people are decision makers, they're hiring managers, they are consultants, they are coaches, they are founders, and they're all looking for people to help them. They are all on LinkedIn. So you don't need to be an expert, you just need to have a specific problem that you're solving. So position yourself as a problem solver and don't just say you are an accountant, don't just say you're a virtual assistant, but position yourself as a problem solver. So this is the simple process that you can be able to use so that you can get to earn using this second skill or second way. Number one, pick a skill, either in content writing, either in social media management, either in virtual assistant. And then number two, optimize your LinkedIn profile around that skill. Optimize your LinkedIn profile. So I've noticed that most of these videos I haven't made. Maybe I'm also going to make another video on how you can best optimize your LinkedIn profile. And then number three is that you need to start posting value. Share the tips, the insights, the simple content, everything that you need around your career. And then the fourth part is that you need to reach out to potential clients. There are people who I know they do number one to number three. They pick a skill, they optimize their profile, they start posting, and then they expect the clients to come their way. No, how LinkedIn works is that you're supposed to actually reach out. The fourth one is also very important. Reach out to potential clients. And I know most of you are going to ask me, what are the types of the ways that, or the messages that I can send out to clients so that I can get into remote work when it comes to LinkedIn? Uh, I- on that script that I've said that I'm going to give you a checklist. There is value written messages that you're going to send out to different people and clients so that you can be able to do what? To get an answer from them. So when you download that document, you're going to get those scripts there. So for example, if someone is charging just $200 per client and getting 5 clients, that is already making over $1,000 per month. So just think through that. That is how you can be able actually to make money through it. So focus on the value that you're giving out and charge according to the value that you're giving out. You're not begging for jobs, you're just offering solutions. And this is one of the easiest ways actually to make money into on LinkedIn. And if you want more flexibility and a higher income, this is the path that you can actually choose. This is the path that you can actually choose because it's very flexible. You're working at your own terms as a consultant or a freelancer, and you can actually charge according to the value that you're giving to your clients. So that means that you can charge higher. The third way is to monetize your personal brand, is to build a personal brand on LinkedIn and be able to monetize it. So building and monetizing your personal brand is something that is very specific, very easy, but also sometimes difficult. So this is a long-term game, but this is also the most powerful way to make money on LinkedIn. So this is something that applies to everyone. Either you want to get into remote work or you have a physical job or a traditional job, but you would want an extra stream of income on LinkedIn, you can consider to build your personal brand on LinkedIn. It is a long-term game. So even you who is currently not looking to get into remote work, but you would want an extra stream of income, you can consider this as something that you would want. So when you consistently post content on LinkedIn, you start attracting opportunities, you start attracting clients, you start attracting partnerships, you start attracting speaking engagements. And that is how you're able to build an extra income from LinkedIn. And the ways that people actually monetize their personal brands on LinkedIn is number one by selling digital products. Sorry. So you have a digital product in your career, either you're a virtual assistant, you can sell it. The second way is to offer coaching and mentorship and consultancy, and you can charge that service. You can actually do affiliate marketing on LinkedIn where you are selling or you are advertising a certain company and they get paid, you get paid for that. And the other thing is that you can also have brand partnerships. Brand partnerships are very also important on LinkedIn. You can work with a different brand and then they pay you a certain amount when you're able to close a certain deal. Attention is currency when it comes to personal brands. So you really need to learn how to actually capture your audience attention and be able to pull them to your DM or whatever platform that you need to pull them so that you can get the amount that you need to get from them. Someone who shares tips about remote work can actually sell a course, post webinars, or get paid in collaborations with that. So, for example, you are a virtual assistant or a customer support, you can actually sell a course to help business owners who have been stuck in a particular area that need administrative work, or you can sell a course in customer service to different business owners on how they can be able to generate leads and be able just to get more customers their way. Or you can get paid for collaborations that you might have on LinkedIn. And personal brand does not happen overnight. You know, the way you can apply for a remote job and then get an interview in 2 weeks and then you get in after that in 3 weeks. Personal brand compounds with time. The stronger your personal brand, the higher the amount you get paid. And it is different from the other two, from the consultancy and freelancing or the service based, and it's also different from remote work. So it's something that you can consider. This is something that actually I can recommend to anyone, whether you are getting into remote work or not. You can consider to start building your personal brand on LinkedIn. So which of these should you choose? Now that you might be wondering which one should I start with, here is a simple guide on how you can choose either of these three. If you need an immediate income, please start with the remote jobs. Get a remote job first. If you have a skill, you can get into the client work. This skill can actually apply to those who are already into jobs and those who don't have jobs. So you can go into client work. That is the service based. If you're thinking about long term, I mean, you have a job, you're settled, or you've already gotten into remote work and then you've settled, then you need to build your personal brand. The truth is, you can combine all these three over time. Like for me, I've gotten to a point where I have already combined all this over time. I got a remote job from LinkedIn that I work with up until today. It's now 2 years. And then number two, I have a skill that I've been able also to monetize through my LinkedIn. that I'm able to offer consultancy for different projects, for different companies, and they are able actually to pay me for that service. And then number three is that I'm also building my personal brand. I know when you follow me on LinkedIn, you've noticed that I post more frequently and consistently so that I'll be able just to build a personal brand. And that personal brand is able to actually bring me another source of income. So those are three different, same platform, but different streams of income that you can get online. So if you've been sleeping on LinkedIn, that is your sign to just start and take it seriously. It is supposed to sell for you when you're sleeping. You're supposed to be making money on LinkedIn when you're sleeping. So you don't need to be perfect. You just need to start. Uh, you make it exist first, and then you perfect it later. So for those of you who are waiting for the perfect time, there is never a perfect time. The perfect time is when you've already started, and now you start doing what to make it work for you. So I would want to know in the comment section, which of these three are you going to consider? Are you going to focus on? And if you're here and you need help with LinkedIn and getting into remote work and CV and coaching and everything around that, feel free to just reach out. My number is in the description box or it's running down here so that you can be able just to do what? To actually get help that you need for you to get into LinkedIn. So thank you so much for actually watching up to this point. I hope that this video has really helped you to just make a decision and be able to see how well versed LinkedIn can be able to help you to just land a role. And if this video has helped you, please just subscribe, like, comment, share, comment in in the comment section. I'd love to hear what your perspective about this is about. And I'll see you in the next one that will be next week on Friday for another video. Please subscribe if you haven't subscribed. And if you need to reach out, just reach out to me. The number is running down here. Thank you so much and see you next week. Bye.